that the companies issues their issue under their own seal, means under their rules and regulation, under the condition, they will issue the loans, and it is a written document. And they are similar to a loan certificate. Similarly, how you are taking the loan from outside and how they will be writing a letter, that is a commercial paper, like that. Everything is done, but it is given a separate name, that is a debenture. And these are the debentures are issued to the public. That is a public. That is like a contract of paying the money borrowed from them. And these debentures are for fixed period. These are the debentures for the fixed period and fixed rate that can be payable. That is, these are the debentures. It is a fixed period and it is a short term, and it is a payment can be yearly, half yearly. Means here, yearly means within a 6 months, within a 12 months, and half yearly means within a 6 months. That is half. And debentures are also offered, that is a public at large, that is like equity shares. And these debentures are actually, they are the most, that is a common way for the large companies to borrow money. So these are the debentures, they give the loans for the large companies. And here we'll see the features of the debenture. Features of debentures is time debenture, time of repayment. Means within a time period, whatever the principal amount of the debentures, that can be repaid after the maturity date. Means minimum it will be given the 2 years or 3 years or the 5 years. After that maturity, the total amount with the interest, that they will be returned back to the company. That is and how they can company, they stated in the debenture certificate. In the debenture certificate itself, they'll write all the things, what, when they have to take the whole amount. Priority of the repayment. Priority of the repayment means what? Debenture holders, they have a repayment of debenture. There is a repayment of debenture, that is a capital over the other calamities of the company. Means these are the priority will be given for the payment of the debentures for the capital over other calamities. Now, interest. The interest rate will be fixed. That is in the debenture, that is a payment is fixed liability. Liability means fixed. Means this much amount should be paid by the company. They will be written in the certificate. Whether the company makes a profit or loss, they have to pay the interest which they have mentioned in the certificate. Understood? And next is a status of the debenture holder. What is the status? That is, the debenture holder is a creditor of the company. So here, since the debenture is a loan, whatever the loan is taken by the company, the interest is payable on it is fixed rate. Whatever the interest it is at the fixed rate, and it is a fixed is also interval until the debenture is redeemed. Redeem it, get back, and no voting right. These debentures will not have any voting right. Even the preferential holders also will not have any voting right. Only the voting right has given to the equity shareholders. And these debenture holders will have no right to vote at the general meetings. That is, annually they will be held one general meeting of the company. And next is a security. Security means that is a debentures are generally secured. That is on the basis of fixed. That is a fixed at a floating. Fixed means it will be given for the fixed period. And floating means sometimes change ups and downs. That is the asset of the company. If a company is not in a position, means when the company go in a liquidation, so at the time the company will be when the company is not in a position for the payment of the interest or the repayment of the capital, the debenture holder can sell off whatever the charge property. कौन सा property को खरीदने के लिए उन लोग खरीदते, that the property can be sold by. So at what time is when Okay, that is a capital. And transferability. Here, debentures can be easily transferred from the instrument of transfer. Issuer. The debentures can be issued by both the private company and the public limited companies. Now we see it's very, very important question. That is what are the types of debenture? These debentures are secured debenture, unsecured debenture. Now we'll see the secured debenture. These are the debentures where it is secured against the asset. Whatever the asset is there, that is a secured. And this means a charge is created. Whatever it is, a charge is created on such an asset in case of the default in the repayment of such debenture. So the company doesn't have any enough funds. If the company is not having any enough funds, then they said to be asset will be sold in such a way, in the such a loan. So if the company is not having the money to pay the loan, so at that time the company can make in case that is a default against all the assets of the firm. Unsecured, and these are the not secured any charge against the asset of the company. Neither it is a fixed nor the floating. It can be a fixed भी नहीं रहता nor the floating, and such normally such kind of debentures are said to be issued debentures. That is secured, secured and the unsecured, and issued by the company in India. Redeemable. Redeemable means after the expiry of their term. Suppose if you are not able to pay the amount, that is after the at the expiry of their term, which means that end of a specified period, at the end of the specified period, they are payable. Means they'll give specified time. Your time is comes to an end. That is your document is comes to expiry. So at the time they'll give a specific specified period. They are payable. So that can be either in a lump sum installment over a time period. Okay. And irredeemable. This irredeemable debentures in nature, and there is no fixed date at which they become payable. So irredeemable, they will not time it will becomes a payable. And they are redeemable when the company goes into the liquidation process. When the company goes in a liquidation process, or they can redeemable after the unspecified long term. So unspecified long term interval, unspecified long term interval जब भी बताते ना, these are the irredeemable debentures will be made, and there will not be any fixed date at which they become payable. And fully convertible. It is a fully convertible debenture. Fully convertible means if it is a chances there specified interval, the shares the debentures can be converted into equity share. He will become a shareholder. Yes, students, any doubts, Mark?
No, ma'am.
Khalil?
Yes, ma'am. Tell me.
Any doubts, beta?
No, ma'am.
This is internet showing unstable. This is from my side or from the university side?
From your side only, because your voice is tracking so much.
Okay. Mark, give me 5 minutes.
Okay, ma'am.
2 minutes, not the 5 minutes also. I'll
Okay.
drink the water.
Okay, ma'am.
So here partly convertible. Partly convertible means here the holders, who are the holders are there. What is the option? They will be given, the debentures holders will be given the option that half of the debentures can be converted into the conversion, both the creditor as well as the shareholders. They can convert half and the half can be the debenture. They are non-convertible debentures. It is the name as it suggested that it cannot be converted. It cannot be convertible. It is the converted the shares or any kind of equity. And these debentures will remain so till their maturity. So no conversion will be taken place in this. And the advantages are these debentures provide the long-term funds to the company. So, ज़्यादा दिन तक loan भी देके they can have, and the interest payable to the debentures, whatever the debenture is payable, that is very lower than the rate of paid on a shares. Shares के ऊपर जितना पैसा पे करते ना उससे भी कम रहेगा.
Okay.
Okay. And whatever the interest we are paying on the debentures, so उसमें ना tax में deductible हो जाता. Got my point? Tax
Yes.
maybe we can go for the exemption, interest on debentures. That is under section 44. I guess it is under section 44, it may be. And then next it is where it is a ownership security where debentures is not a tax deductible. Some of the debt capital will be there, that is a lower, and it is very compared, and where the dividend is not tax deductible. So today debentures rate will be used for tax deductible, some are not. Next is a debt financing. It does not result into dilution. Dilution means it will not clap it. That is a debenture holders do not have any voting right. Only the voting right is given to the equity shareholders, not the debentures, not the preference shareholders. And here the company can trade on equity. The company also can make a trade on the equity by mixing. Means यहाँ पे equity भी बेच सकते हैं. At the same time, they can sell the debentures also. This is mixing of the debentures in its capital structure and thereby increase its earning per share. That is increasing our earning share. And many companies nowadays, they are prefer for the debentures. डिबेंचर्स क्या है बोले तो एक बार लोन ले लिया उन लोग के पास से, if it is a time is permits, they can pay off the all the debts, and they will be given a particular period of time for the repayment for the maturity. But equity shareholders is not like that. If you are getting the more profit, we have to give the partnership, means what the profit they'll take, that same profit they have to. But here, if you are getting the more huge profits, they have to pay the less interest only. Only the thing is, when company goes in the liquidation, at the time only, if it is, they have to pay the amount. If it is a very big company, it's no problem. Okay, so they do not have any right, voting rights, and the company can trade on equity. That company भी कैसा कर सकता है? There is a mixture of the both debenture and the share. And here nowadays, many of the companies, they are coming for the prefer issue of debentures. That is, they will be issuing the debentures because of the fixed rate. There will be, means them. And next is debentures. They provide the flexibility of flexibility in the capital structure. Means flexible. It's not very rigid or not very tough. That is in the capital structure of a company. As the same can be redeemed. The same can be redeemed as when the company has surplus funds. When the company has the more surplus, profits कहाँ पे भी inflow ज़्यादा रहेगा, funds ज़्यादा रहेंगे, and at that time they cannot redeem them. So even during depression losses, the company, the stock market, they can make the sentiment is very low. So our papers. So when we have when the company is going into the liquidation, that is a depression in the stock market, at the time the sentiment is very, there will be a stock market is also comes to very low, and the company may be able to raise the funds through the debentures. कहाँ से pay कर सकता? They can raise their loans from the debentures by taking the short-term loans, and there is also bonds because of the certain income and low risk of to the investor. So it is a very low income and a low risk for the investors. Like advantages, if they are asking, means you can write whatever the things I told. No, if it is a 10 is enough. No need to write that from the point of view of the investor like this. So you can write the advantages, that whatever you are expecting the future, like all the points you can write it down.
Right. Okay.
See here, one of the problem is given. That is the following information is available with respect of the rate of return. That is on a investment. That is a R. And the cost of capital K. Earning per share is of ABC company, ABC Limited. These are the three things where this comes under the ABC Limited. And rate of return. What is the rate of return? 15%, 12%, 10%. So now we'll be taking the cost of capital, that is K, is equals to 12%, and the earning rate of interest is 10. Determine the value of the share and using the Gordon's model, that is assuming the following. That is this is a method they are using, that is assuming the method. So here see, this is a question ABC, that is Which is the ratio. It is given the 100, 80 and the 40. So here 1 minus B. And this is the retention ratio. That is 100, 1 minus 0. 80, 100 minus 0. 1 minus 20 is a 80. 1 minus 60 is a 40. So here we got now. So now in the solution, we can see this is the formula. P is equals to E into 1 minus B divided by KE minus BR. So here 1 minus B, it is a ratio is given. See here, DP ratio is 100%. 100% means complete. And that is a 10 into 1 minus 0. 10 into 1 minus 0. KE minus BR. So here that is 100%. 10 into 1 minus. So here that is when ratio is comes under the 0.12, so that is a 12%. 12% means, and their 100% is a 0.1, 0.01, and here 12% is a 0.12. So here in this formula, it is a 10 into 1 minus 0 divided by 0.12 minus 0, 0.12. So this is a formula where you have to use in the income tax. When you are paying the taxes. So here this is a minus values you have to make it. Yes, do you understood the problem when they give the 20%, is here 15%, 12% and the 10%. And cost of capital is a 12%. Cost of capital is a C. 12% means 0.12. BR means what? Is it clear to everyone?
I did not get, ma'am. How did you substitute the values in formula?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I did not get the substitution of values in formula.
Here.
Once let me try.
This is a formula.
Yes.
This is a formula. What is your E? E is a 10.
Yes.
1 minus 0. 1 is a common.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Divided by 0.12 minus 0 into 0.1. See here. This is the value. See here, cost of capital is given. K is equals to 21.
Okay.
Got my point?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Now you take the screenshot of this one because our graph is very small.
Yes. Okay, ma'am.
Take on this problem. This one also you take.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
So whatever the problem you plan by changing that, implications you have to write. That is when the rate of return is greater than the discount. Whatever the discount is given, the price per share issue, that share, it is increases as the dividend payout and decreases.
Okay. We have to write the findings.
And yes,
Okay, ma'am.
findings you have to write.
Okay, ma'am.
So such type of problems you'll get, you have to write the findings. Any more
Okay.
doubts?
No,
So
ma'am.
in your textbook, this type of model is there.
1 minute, let me see.
Any doubt?
No, ma'am. That model is not there.
What?
That model is not there in our text.
Not there.
No.
Dividend policy. Exam. See exam. So here these are the types of dividend policies you have to write. There is a dividend policy. Agar dividend policy पूछे, if they ask any dividend policy, first you write the address, that is a vehicle, and the next is a branch. So here the next one is, that is a dividend policy. It makes the different types of policies where it is related. These are the four dividend policies. That is the regular dividend policy, stable, and the irregular, and the no dividend. I think you have the dividend policy.
Yes, ma'am. Page number 249.
So take down this one, ma. You can take down. This is a policy.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking, ma'am.
Company.
Hello?
मैडम चले गए, क्लास हो गई। मैडम चले गए, क्लास हो गई क्या आपकी?